In the early 21st century, a mind virus infected society. Now, the uninfected must fight to survive. Wokeland.
Welcome to Surviving Wokeland with Ethan Quinn, a channel dedicated to exposing and explaining the ideology driving wokeness. In our quest for knowledge, join in the conversation by subscribing, turning on notifications, and leaving a comment. And please support this channel by downloading my book, The Ministry of Truth: How Propaganda Fuels the Culture War. Today I would like to talk about another woke myth, the idea that white people cannot be victims of racism.
So obviously, it's not the actual skin tone when we're talking about whiteness. It's the entitlement, privileges, microaggressions that white people indulge in because we live in a supremacist society.
To understand where this idea comes from, we must realize that wokeness is an entirely self-serving ideology. As a result, hypocrisy and double standards just don't matter. In woke doctrine, any position can be justified simply by claiming that discrimination is a one-way street that can only run from a so-called privileged group to a so-called oppressed group.
You know why? You know why you can't be racist towards white people? It's because we have generational wealth.
To validate this position, the left has redefined words like racism. According to the left, racism is no longer the act of discriminating against someone based on the color of their skin. Now, racism is not an act, but a structure. That structure is Western society. So white people are not only racist, they are the structure of racism.
The systems of whiteness make us dangerous.
In the leftist mindset, racism can only be perpetrated by white people, not against them. Just by existing, a white person is racist because they have white privilege.
We are inherently a danger in spaces for Black, Indigenous, and other people of color simply by existing.
But nothing said or done to white people is racism. This gives genuinely racist people the freedom to be as hateful and divisive as they want, while claiming the moral high ground of anti-racism.
Has anyone ever actually definitively addressed or answered the question of why white people smell like pennies when it rains? This is not even this is just a statement of fact. White people be smelling like pennies and quarters when they get wet, when it rains. And it does seem to be specific to white people. Does anyone know why?
Can you imagine the outrage if a white person had said this about another race group? Claiming that an entire group of people smell a certain way is racist by any reasonable definition. Clearly, this woman has a deep hatred of white people. Let's listen to this woman telling a white person they are racist and need to reflect.
And here we are, white people, right? Not all white people are racist. Some of us have good characteristics. Yeah, but the majority of y'all like to vote for Trump and Republicans. So it's maybe we need to be a little bit hesitant about the white people that we allow into our space. You see what I'm saying? So you're right, baby girl. I don't know you. But here's what I have learned about you. You're a hit dog. And ow, ow, ow! You howled. You hollered. So, I don't know. Reflect?
This woman is accusing someone of racism and telling them to reflect just because they are white. The lack of self-awareness that this woman is demonstrating is astounding, but also systematic of woke indoctrination. The woke ideology of critical race theory has made people like this believe that just by being black, they are victims. As a victim, they can never be a perpetrator, therefore nothing they do is wrong, so there is no need for them to be introspective. If you cannot be wrong, you can say or do anything. This has taught woke people to be completely narcissistic and consumed with a sense of their own moral superiority, so they can intentionally be racist, while accusing other people of being racist and not notice the irony or the hypocrisy. And if they are called out, they resort to the self-serving defense that white people cannot be victims of racism. The idea that racism is a structure, not an act, is entirely self-serving. It is the ideological equivalent of heads I win, tails you lose. It's not based in reality, but was invented to justify the woke attack on Western society. What is shocking is that people are falling for this transparent trick and buying into this nonsense. I explain this in much greater detail in my book Ministry of Truth. That is all I have for today. Please like and subscribe, and join me again tomorrow as we learn how to survive Wokeland together. Until then, this is Ethan Quinn saying, stay free.